Chris is going to come on right now and tell you a little bit about managed WordPress hosting, which helps a lot with what we just talked about. With Chris, we just talked about the brute force attacks that have been going on, so I'm sure you guys will touch base on that.
Hang on here. Hello everyone. Hello Brooklyn. Thanks for having me. My name is Kristopher Lagraff. I'm a customer success engineer with Pagely. I've been with them about 6 months now, and I've been working in WordPress for around 4 years professionally. And before Pagely, I was just designing, debbing for a few different places, freelance, that kind of thing. But today I'm just kind of talk to you about managed hosting, hopefully answer any questions you might have, yeah, give you a rundown, maybe see if it's for you, if you're thinking about moving to a managed host. So yeah, let's get started. So essentially managed hosting is a hosting environment that is designed specifically for WordPress. Meaning so the servers are built entirely for WordPress. This includes all the tools, the layers, the caching layers, security, everything is focused on WordPress. We don't have to compromise for other systems, other CMSs. We get to be very selfish and focus on WordPress, which is great for WordPress sites because then you're getting top tier tools with caching, security, built into your server and built specifically for WordPress. So that's kind of the infrastructure how managed hosting works. It's just very selfish boxes for WordPress, which is great. So yeah, that's the servers. Another key point of managed hosting is updates. So with managed hosting, we control all the core WordPress updates. This takes a lot of the heavy lifting in the back end from the user, because you don't have to worry about those updates, pressing that button, crashing your site. And in some cases, I've seen people fall behind. Now you're 3 versions of WordPress behind, and it's even scarier to update when you're that far behind. So we handle all the core files, the updates, and I'll give you a rundown of kind of how we do it at Pagely. So 3.6 is getting ready to be released. So what we do, 3.6 will be released. That's considered a big release, not a point release. So what we'll do is it'll get released, and we'll grab it and immediately start testing it on our system to make sure everything's compatible. Whatever tweaks need to be made for our caching layers or security, anything like that, we can start testing and making the changes as we need to be compatible with the new version. So our thing is we either wait, before we push core updates out to clients, we either wait 2 weeks or till the first point release. I don't know if I said that. But whichever comes first. And that's what allows us, that kind of gives us that buffer zone to test everything and make sure, everything's going to be compatible and it's all going to go smooth. And this also, we have a few special case clients that, they know they're using a plugin, they know it's not going to work with the new version. They need an extra week to get their developer in to make some changes. That's fine, so we like to just give that 2-week buffer zone. So yeah, that's how core works. We handle that. None of our clients have to worry about the core updates. Also with updates, we update plugins that are in the WordPress repository. So any plugins that are downloaded that you're using from the WordPress repository, we have a tool that scans nightly and checks the version, checks your version against the repo version, and updates it if needed. And this is pretty, I keep saying we, but these are pretty standard across managed hosting, these little features. So yeah, infrastructure and updates so far, big parts of managed hosting. The updates and all that, it allows you to just not have to worry about that side of it. You can focus on your content, and your design and whatever you need to, and have that peace of mind that that's being handled. Another big part of managed hosting is backups. So traditional hosting, a lot of times you have to find a plugin to handle your backups, or you're scheduling them through cPanel. Then you run into where are you going to store these? You got to start thinking about how much room they're taking, running out of room, all that. With managed hosting, we take nightly backups of nightly snapshots of your site. They're available for 14 days. We store them off the server, so in case a box goes down, they're still safe. And we handle all the backups in the storage, and the storage doesn't count against your resources. So your backups are handled. No resource hogs, no worries there. No worrying about scheduling them, etc. And the last big thing I think that encompasses managed hosting is support. And I think this is really important because when you contact support with a WordPress managed host, you're talking to other WordPress evangelists, other WordPress enthusiasts, developers, designers, people that understand WordPress. So obviously this is going to be a big benefit because you have issues, and these people are going to know, they understand WordPress. They understand how it works. They're going to be able to quickly and more efficiently diagnose what the issues might be, and provide great resources to, like our motto is, we want to empower our customers. We don't just want to fix things for them. We want to teach them along the way too. So, we're always like giving out resources, explaining, what went wrong, why it went wrong, and how to avoid it, how to fix it type thing. So, the support you get with a managed host is a pretty big deal. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what, to me, the big key points of what managed hosting is. I do want to cover a little bit what managed hosting isn't, and this is just to kind of give people that aren't quite sure, like the scope of what managed hosts, what you can expect, what your managed host should do, and the scope of where the hosting, where they start, and just what the different what to expect for getting out of your managed host. So first of all, what managed hosting isn't, it's a WordPress managed hosting, so it's WordPress. It's not a CMS managed hosting. And the reason I bring this up is because I actually had this happen with a client. I helped him migrate. I talked to him for a couple weeks. He was really excited to move. Helped him get everything migrated, get everything set up. Everything looked great, went smooth, and I was like, okay, let's do it. You're ready to flip the DNS and point to us. He's like, oh, wait. We still have to move my Joomla site over. I was like, how did we go through all this and miss that? That's not an issue, or that is an issue. And unfortunately, he did have to go somewhere else because he did have 2 Joomla sites that needed to be handled. And it's just an honest mistake. I don't think it was anyone's fault, but just want to mention that because it has happened. Another important thing is your managed host isn't your one-stop WordPress shop. Meaning it's not. You don't sign up with your managed host and get your development, your designer, all-encompassing. It's not. I'm going to sign up with a managed host and 3 days later have my site built, my business running, everything, because they're going to handle every aspect of it. And this is another one that has happened before too. That's why I mention it. I had a person sign up and there's their 2012 theme with the Hello World post, and they're like, this isn't my website, how am I supposed to run my business off this? And once again, it was just an obvious just misunderstanding. But yeah, it's you don't want to go fire your designers and developers because you're moving to managed hosting. You still, you need to be able to have someone do that or be able to do that. But we can always help you. We always recommend resources for people looking for design dev shops if you need that. But nothing like that is done in-house. And lastly, I think what's important about managed hosting is it's good to know a thing or two about WordPress. We love giving out resources to people that are still trying to learn, and I need to create a page and put it in a menu. Okay, great. We'll give you some resources, but we do discourage answering those questions directly, just because it comes back to your support's not there to help you learn how to use WordPress. We love to give you resources and help you out, but it's the scope of it. We're still hosting. The key to that is to remember that it is managed hosting, and hosting is the key word. So yeah, that's just a few things to keep in mind about what managed hosting isn't, and yeah. And I'll move on to the differences between traditional and managed hosting, which I think obviously I covered a lot in the what managed hosting is, that you can probably see what the difference is. But just to reiterate, the big thing is your whole server infrastructure, everything is built specifically for WordPress with those tools, those caching tools, those security tools, all those top tier tools that would normally have to be, built by you on a dedicated server and maintained. In managed hosting, this is all maintained for you, and set up and updated. Second would be backups. Your backups are taken care of. Obviously, on traditional host, you normally have to handle this yourself. And then updates, another big one, and anyone that's using traditional hosting is aware that you have to take care of all that yourself. And then support, I think that's a big difference. I know that there's a lot of great traditional hosting providers now that have specialized WordPress support, which is awesome. But you're guaranteed to get specialized WordPress support with managed hosting. And then, lastly, I guess who is managed hosting for? In my opinion, I think that anyone can fall into that. We have clients that start from the one time a week blogger up to enterprise clients, and everyone can kind of fit in there somewhere. The biggest thing is it's people that would rather focus on their content and that side of things, and just leave a lot of the heavy lifting up to us or to someone else, so you don't have to worry about it. It's just a good peace of mind, and you're getting a lot of great tools along with that, with caching and security and stuff that you would normally have to worry about yourself. I feel like I did that really quick, and I don't have any volume on my side, so I can't hear you guys. But I think that's about all I had. I guess if we have time, we can do some questions.
All right. Do we have any questions for Chris?
Yes.
Hey, good job. We have a question here. Go ahead.
Yeah, how do page layout and WP Engine compare? Those are the two that I can think of.
How do they compare? Was that WP Engine and Pagely?
Yeah.
I think that's best to do to just research and see how you think there's obviously some pricing differences. With us, with Pagely, we've been around the longest. I feel like we have been through the most testing over the since the longevity that we've been around, we've had the time to test a lot of things and try different security, try different caching. So, there's going to be a lot of differences when it comes to options. When you look at the plans of what specific plans of WP Engine offers compared to what Pagely offers, there's going to be a few differences here and there. We're tested and true. Our security is rock solid. Our security team is on top of it. So, besides the pricing and the obvious options, I think, it's just, we're tested and true. We've been doing it for a lot longer. We have a little more experience.
Awesome. Any other questions? No other questions? Someone asked, what's your pricing? I can bring up the site if you want later.
No, it's, so we have, we just added a new plan actually. So we have 4 standard plans. The micro is the new one. It's $9 a month. Very small storage, low resources. It's great for like a small blog. It's a perfect size. Then our personal plan goes up to, it's $24. And you get a pretty good size. You can look to see all the exact details. I'm not offhand, I'm not sure the exact resources you get. And then business plan would be the next step up, which is $64. And that's when you start getting into, if you need a dedicated IP, SSL cert, that's where that starts, is at the business plan, CDN, all that. And then the professional plan, which is $149, that is our largest standard plan, and that's where you get into, multi-site. That's our first plan that you can add multi-site to. And obviously, as you go up, all your resources go up. You get more storage, you get more bandwidth, and all the exact specs are on the site. But then after that, we do also specialty enterprise solutions that are per quote. If you're looking for a dedicated box, and you need load balancing web nodes and specialty custom built box, that's where you get into the enterprise level.
Cool. Awesome. All right, hold on. Any other questions? No one? Nothing? I'm going to ask one question myself. We talked about, in the news recently, the brute force attacks against WordPress. Can you tell us what you guys have seen? You run so many sites. I'm sure you've seen some of this going on, so just wondering if you guys tell us what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. My security guys, we haven't been affected by it. I think we've had more clients that are nervous about it because they've seen, something change, or they just are more aware of like maybe an old username that they forgot about. But as far as getting into our systems, we haven't had any issues with it. And like I said, that's one thing with Pagely, our security, we have layers, firewalls, we're really protected. And, we've been following it, but it hasn't even been a concern with us. The security guys haven't said, hey, let's, told me to watch out for anything. As far as I know, we've got it on lockdown for us. So good news for us. It's a horrible situation for a lot of places, but we haven't had any. Like I said, we've had some nervous customers, but not any problems.
Thank you so much. All right. I guess, is there anything else, or I think that's it on our side.
Okay. Well, the one thing I do want to mention for you guys, we're doing a promo. So if you sign up with us, the promo code is NYC Meetup, and it's all caps, and that will get you 30% off of any plan that we offer. So even if you just want to give us a shot, you can save some money there.
Awesome. I see a lot of people writing it down. So.
Yeah, and let me know if you sign up. I'm sure you'll talk to me eventually.
Awesome. All right. Chris, thank you so much for doing our first hangout. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me, guys.
All right. All right, have a good one. Bye.
All right, take care.
A couple people asked me where Chris was from because I never did a good job of introducing. It's from Pagely, page.ly, and again, they're managed WordPress hosts. There's a couple out there. They're one of the better ones. And I think he said the code was NYC Meetup, all capitals. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you can email me. I'll give you Chris's email address or any other questions you need. But we go on Pagely. All right.